Hey, how's it going? If you found this video, you're in a really tough situation. You are with someone, either in a relationship or married, and you've come to the realization that you're with a narcissist. And it is absolutely the worst experience that you could ever have imagined in a relationship. I am not going to go through all of the things that you're experiencing. You know firsthand what's going on. The cycle that you're in, the value, the devalue, the gaslighting, the discarding. If you've been watching narcissist videos online, you know that you're onto something. You're not crazy. You got it. My name is Steve, and I am married to a narcissist. And I've been debating whether or not I need to put out a video to try in some way share my experience and hopefully help some of you out there that are just at your wits' end. Quick history of my life. I've been with narcissists my entire life. Both my parents are narcissists. My dad was, I think, the worst of the two. And my mom, as I've gotten a lot older, I realized that she was just as bad at times as my dad. Anyway, I have been groomed as a person living in narcissist relationships. Not only my parents, but I went on in my life with many other relationships with women that were also narcissists. And as I look back, I can see the pattern and the types of behaviors that they had and the type of situations that I got in. And it's astounding to me now that I'm coming out of this. I mean, it took decades for me to go through this process. I look back and I'm like, wow, now I see the pattern. Now I see what they were doing to me. And more importantly, now I see what I was doing to myself. It is quite a humbling experience to be the target of a narcissist. And there's so much to this whole narcissism dynamic that one video is not going to do it. Continue to watch those videos that you've been watching. You're going to get a lot out of them, and you're going to continue your healing process, and eventually you're going to get out of this. It's not going to be fun, and the reward is actually not that great either. Unfortunately, we've all been kind of placed in these roles by circumstances that were beyond our control. All of that is also another video for another time. What I wanted to do while I'm driving to work is share where I am in this relationship, what I am doing. And again, if you found this video, this could be your situation. And if it is, I want to share with you basically what I've learned, what I think is important to know, and how to be able to get through this and basically maintain the life that you're in. This video is for those who are married to a narcissist with children, young children, and you as a husband or wife do not want to get divorced because you know that divorce is absolutely traumatic for a child. Divorce will scar your children and really leave them vulnerable throughout their life. Unfortunately, divorce sometimes is absolutely necessary. But if you feel as if divorce is not absolutely necessary and you are determined to stay together with your children, here is my experience. And here is what I know about what you're going through and what you'll have to go through and the mindset that you have to have. About 2 years ago, I needed an escape. All of us in these narcissist relationships need an escape. We need some sort of refuge, faith and prayer for me is really big. As far as that goes, you still are seeking some sort of peace of mind, peace in the home. And of course, if you're with a narcissist, peace is very, very, very difficult to come by. And so you think to yourself, how in the heck am I going to be able to stay in this relationship for the children when I'm absolutely going crazy with this person? I mean, as you know, it is demoralizing, it's deflating, it's aggravating, it's frustrating, it's depressing, it's sad, it is confusing, it's chaotic, it's everything that is opposite of what a happy marriage should be about. Video's not starting out too great right now, is it? Well, it's not going to get a whole lot better, but there will be some things that I think you can pull out of it that will make you have a little bit of hope. Again, about 2 years ago, when I kind of came to the conclusions that I came to, and this is a lot like your journey right now, having watched YouTube videos and having read about narcissism, I came to a conclusion that I needed to get out. But again, I didn't want to get out. I won't get out because I'm with children, specifically one child that is too young to expose him to the trauma of divorce. The first thing you need to do if you're in a narcissist relationship and you're feeling completely lost and at your wit's end is you need to realize you don't have to stay in the relationship. You can get out and you can escape from the situation. And then of course you're saying right now, well, wait a minute, you said you got to stay with the children. Or, you don't want to leave the relationship in divorce and hurt the children. Very true. You don't have to physically leave, but you can mentally leave. You can say to yourself, enough is enough. I am not doing this anymore to myself. Which is extremely difficult because the narcissist will pick up on that and they will double and triple down to make your life miserable. So it's a process. The first thing I had to do was I had to learn to observe and not absorb, which I still struggle with that. But when they act up, you have to take yourself out of the situation, watch this person do the things that they do, have no reaction at all, work on responses that are tailor-made for the situation, and just move on. And again, that's another video for another day. But you need to observe, not absorb. Second thing you need, and this is where I'm going back to the hope. You have to have hope of knowing that you don't have to be in this relationship. And this is what I did, and I think this helps. Since you're in a relationship, a marriage with a person, you with children, you're staying in the marriage for the child or the children. You need to decide when you're getting the hell out of that relationship. Because eventually you're going to get out. One way or another, you're going to get out. Ultimately, the final thing is one of you is going to die. And that will end the relationship. Don't kill them, but don't kill your spouse. That'll cause more problems than you want. And don't kill yourself. Definitely. I shouldn't laugh when I say that, because a lot of us probably have gotten to the point where we're like, I'm just getting out of here. Okay. Instead, you target a date, an actual date, where you are going to leave. And you can even picture it in your mind, the date, how it's going to work, what you're going to say, where you're going to go, and actually start planning for it. Get your house in order financially. First and foremost, get your house in order emotionally and spiritually. And then, exactly like someone in prison, you have to think about that parole date when you get the hell out of there. And that date, like mine, could be years away. I have over 9 years until my date arrives. But 10 years goes by quick. It really does. That date is really one thing that kind of keeps me going. But then, of course, you have those 9 years, those years of unhappiness. Well, listen, element number 3, I guess it is, I'm on, of this whole strategy, and that is, right now, and this might be the most important thing to realize, it's not about your happiness right now. It is not. It is not. You lived a life, hopefully your childhood wasn't too bad. I mean, you got to be a child. And even if you did not have a good childhood, that should be inspiration to you, whether you had a good child or not, to make sure your child has a good childhood. It's not about you right now. It's about your child or children. You have to sacrifice your happiness for the children. You cannot be focused on yourself. You need to be focused on that child. Basically, you're in a sinking ship. This is a good analogy right here. You're on a ship and it's sinking. And you're doing everything you can to keep that child above water until they can swim on their own, honestly, to safety. And you're going under, or you're under, and you're just barely coming up for air every once in a while. Well, when that child is old enough to swim on their own, you can let them go. They'll be okay. Then you swim. You swim to shore. You get out of that sinking ship. You swim to shore and you save yourself, but only after you saved your child or children. I mean, that's it right there. For those of us who are married to a narcissist, and again, there are times when you have to get divorced. If your narcissist is violent, get out. If your narcissist is cheating, get out. If your narcissist is abusing alcohol and certainly abusing your children, you need to get out. Then a divorce will be less traumatic for the children than it would be if you're in a functional relationship, right? This is a video for all of us who are in those semi-functional narcissist relationships where the person they're all right, kind of, sometimes they're decent. A lot of times you look at them and you say, wow, this is actually the person I want to be with. They're really awesome. Which, be wary of that, because be leery. I always say wary. Be leery of that, because what they're actually doing is just setting you up. That's another video for another time. So here you are. I got this video coming out to you while I'm driving to work. I just had to do it. I'm throwing it out there. If you care to communicate, share your thoughts, feelings, ask me some questions, I'm going to keep my eye on this video, and I'll put out some more. I'm probably just going to do it while I'm driving. I'm not making a production out of it, but this is important, man, because I have been, in case you're wondering, I've been married for almost, it's going on 20 years. I think 19 years coming up next spring. And I've been doing this I can't even believe it. I can't even believe I've survived this long, but my mentality was, number one, I don't get divorced. I believe that is against what God really wants. And number two, once I had children, I'm like, I gotta stay for the children. And then, of course, there's other reasons why you don't get divorced. You know, it kind of sucks. You know, it's very expensive and it's very traumatic for the people getting divorced. But I'll tell you what, man, with what I've laid out, setting out a date, time, and having a mindset that I have, and also working on yourself, that's another video for another time, it makes it easier. It's far from easy, but it makes it a little bit easier if you implement that type of thinking and that type of strategy, and you can do it. But again, if it is a dangerous situation that you are with your narcissist, I mean, that's way more complicated than what this video is laying out for everybody. So that is it. That is it. I really hope that somehow, some way, this is reaching somebody, because I would like to think that everything that I've been going through is going to be worth something. I'm going to do some more videos about this. So I'm going to do them based on comments I may or may not get on this video. And look for it. Look for it. All right. God bless you guys. Prayers out to all of us who are dealing with this. We're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of love.